Let's talk about the real MVPs behind NBA fortunes. Not the players, but the women turning relationships into empires. While the world watches slam dunks, these wives are closing deals, building brands, and stacking millions. Get ready to meet the boldest, most powerful NBA wives who've turned love into serious wealth. Let's dive in and see how these queens run the real money game. Dirk Nowitzki and Jessica Olsen. When Dirk Nowitzki made basketball history with his legendary fadeaway jumper, he simultaneously scored another life-changing victory off the court. In 2012, the German NBA star married Jessica Olsen, a Swedish-Kenyan art gallery director whose sophisticated cultural perspective would transform their combined wealth into something far more significant than basketball earnings alone. Jessica's background in the art world became the cornerstone of their distinctive wealth management strategy. While financial publications fixated on Dirk's $140 million basketball fortune, Jessica operated in an entirely different arena, orchestrating investments that leveraged her unique global connections. Her dual Kenyan-Swedish heritage provided entree into international art markets inaccessible to most American investors. This sophisticated approach is also reflected in the couple's Dallas estate, a grand 11,394 square foot colonial mansion in Preston Hollow, purchased for about $5.75 million. With its neoclassical architecture and lavish amenities, indoor and outdoor pools, a tennis court, and guest quarters, the home reflects their refined taste and status. Surrounded by notable neighbors, it offers both privacy and luxury befitting their place in Dallas society. Jessica's investment philosophy emphasizes cultural sustainability alongside financial returns. Their portfolio includes substantial positions in emerging African art markets, investments that have occasionally outperformed traditional financial vehicles. This represents a departure from conventional athlete wealth management, which typically emphasizes predictable but limited return investments. What distinguishes the Nowitzki's approach is how Jessica has transformed art expertise into exceptional asset diversification. While many NBA fortunes remain concentrated in sports-adjacent businesses, Jessica has curated a portfolio spanning multiple continents and cultural spheres. Their investments in Kenyan and Swedish cultural initiatives serve as both social impact and wealth multiplication. As the Nowitzkis blend art and philanthropy, another couple is quietly building a media empire from Hollywood to the hardwood. Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union. While art collections build impressive legacies, an entirely different approach to NBA family wealth creation has emerged. One where the spouse doesn't merely complement the athlete's earnings, but potentially surpasses them through strategic business architecture. When Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union exchanged vows in 2014, most observers saw merely another celebrity pairing, completely missing the sophisticated cross-industry empire they were methodically constructing. Behind the glamorous red carpet appearances lies a business partnership of extraordinary complementarity. Wade's basketball credentials open doors in athletic apparel and performance markets, while Union leverages her Hollywood connections to forge alliances in entertainment and lifestyle sectors. Their partnership resembles a modern media conglomerate, blending Wade's sports influence with Union's entertainment prowess to create a diversified portfolio that transcends either industry alone. The advantages continue through Union's beauty ventures. Flawless by Gabrielle Union demonstrates her resilience in business ventures. While Wade's income faced the volatility of professional sports, injuries, contract negotiations, performance fluctuations, Union's beauty line maintained consistent growth trajectories regardless of NBA developments. Her clothing brand, Love and Blessings, further diversifies their portfolio and showcases her business acumen. Together, Wade and Union have architected something rare among professional athletes. A family fortune structured to appreciate rather than depreciate following the inevitable conclusion of the athletic career that initially funded it. Alongside their business ventures, Wade and Union have made equally strategic moves in real estate. In 2020, they relocated from Florida to Hidden Hills, California, purchasing a 22,000 square foot, three-story mansion for nearly $18 million. This estate, complete with 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a home theater, wine cellar, fitness suite with spa and sauna, and a zero-edge infinity pool. And they didn't just stop there. The couple expanded their portfolio in 2024 with a $2.6 million beach house in Jamesport, New York, balancing West Coast innovation with East Coast serenity. Their real estate choices, much like their business decisions, reflect a commitment to both legacy and lifestyle. While their media ventures soar, the next NBA family is cooking up a business model that's just as game-changing. Steph and Aisha Curry. While Stephen Curry commands $48 million annually transforming basketball with his three-point precision, Aisha Curry has been cooking something herself, literally. Building a culinary empire that thrives independently of sports careers. The transformation from supportive NBA spouse to formidable business strategist didn't happen accidentally. Aisha systematically leveraged her authentic passion for cooking into a multifaceted business architecture with remarkable market penetration. Her strategic vision manifested in publishing cookbooks and constructing an entire culinary ecosystem that functions seamlessly regardless of basketball schedules. Aisha's diversified business ventures demonstrate superior sustainability. Her Sweet July magazine generated $8 million in its first year alone, operating alongside international restaurant locations, television productions, and retail ventures. That same spirit of ambition and vision is reflected in where and how the Currys choose to live. Located in the ultra-exclusive enclave of Atherton, California, the Currys' $31 million estate is the kind of address that turns heads even in Silicon Valley. Acquired in 2022, this 17,000-square-foot modern masterpiece is a study in both opulence and intention. The home boasts 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a sun-drenched room with soaring ceilings, and gigantic glass walls. There's a resort-style pool with a cabana perfect for summer parties, a state-of-the-art chef's kitchen where Aisha dreams up her next culinary hit, and a private home theater for family movie nights. As Aisha's culinary empire grows, another duo is harmonizing music and basketball for financial success. Grant and Tamia Hill. Beyond the basketball courts and recording studios lies the true masterpiece of Grant and Tamia Hill's 24-year marriage. Their $250 million fortune reveals a financial strategy where music publishing catalogs and streaming platform investments delivered returns that traditional athlete portfolios simply cannot access. What began as a chance introduction by Anita Baker at the 1996 Soul Train Music Awards evolved into one of the most financially innovative partnerships in entertainment. Their union represents the convergence of 2 different industry networks, creating unprecedented access to investment opportunities invisible to those operating solely within basketball economics. Tamia's establishment of Plus One Music Group fundamentally transformed their wealth accumulation strategy. Her industry connections, from collaborations with Eric Benet on Spend My Life With You and Fabulous on Into You, translated directly into investment intelligence that steered their portfolio toward high-growth sectors. In 2004, the Hills made a pivotal investment in an emerging music streaming platform, committing $2 million when most investors remained skeptical about digital music delivery. This decision, informed by Tamia's music industry foresight, yielded a 40x return within 7 years and became the cornerstone of their portfolio's exceptional performance. Even when Tamia received a multiple sclerosis diagnosis in 2003, she continued both her music career and their strategic investment activities. This challenge catalyzed even more sophisticated portfolio diversification rather than financial contraction. Building on this momentum, their real estate holdings evolved to span entertainment hubs and basketball markets simultaneously. Each property acquisition, from their Miami recording studio complex to their Toronto media center, functions as a strategic position connecting both industry ecosystems, completing a wealth-building strategy that leverages their unique cross-sector expertise. With their cross-industry strategy thriving, the next couple is proving that investing in education can be just as powerful. Russell and Nina Earl Westbrook. Unlike traditional athlete fortunes built primarily on endorsements and property investments, the Westbrooks have engineered a $300 million empire that leverages something far more valuable: intellectual capital rooted in human development. Nina's academic foundation fundamentally restructures their portfolio. Her psychology background has led them to invest in ventures like edtech startup MindMath, which she championed after recognizing its potential to transform how children develop numerical reasoning skills. While sports commentators focus on Russell's aggressive playing style and fashion ventures, Nina has identified investment opportunities with extraordinary long-term potential. Their approach prioritizes educational technology, mental health applications, and child development enterprises, sectors positioned for exponential growth in coming decades. The Noah's Ark Foundation exemplifies this vision, offering inner-city youth-structured educational programming that teaches critical thinking through basketball. This initiative creates immediate social impact while developing scalable models that generate business opportunities, essentially building educational foundations as sturdy and enduring as a university campus designed to serve generations. Their real estate strategy follows the same principle. The Westbrooks have concentrated commercial properties in educational districts and university-adjacent markets. These locations exhibit appreciation patterns similar to well-established academic institutions, maintaining value through economic cycles because education remains essential regardless of market conditions. Financial records reveal the Westbrook portfolio is one of a kind, full of diversity. Much like a diversified university endowment fund built to sustain operations for centuries, these investments operate on substantially longer revenue horizons than the typical MBA career. This strategic diversification into sectors with strong social impact potential positions their family for both financial returns and meaningful contributions to society. While the Westbrooks invest in mines, another NBA partnership is turning reality TV into a financial powerhouse: Shaquille O'Neal and Shawnee Henderson. Beyond the traditional athletic revenue models lies a remarkable case study in NBA-adjacent wealth creation, one where a former spouse transformed insider basketball knowledge into a $40 million media empire. While many professional athletes struggle to maintain financial relevance after retirement, Shawnee Henderson established a business infrastructure entirely immune to the physical limitations that eventually end every sports career. Basketball Wives launched in 2010 and became an overnight sensation, attracting over 1.7 million viewers for its premiere episode, demonstrating how cultural capital from professional sports could translate into entertainment gold. The financial architecture behind the show represents perhaps the most overlooked wealth multiplication strategy in professional sports. Shawnee created intellectual property with perpetual revenue potential. Henderson's approach functions like a financial flywheel. Once set in motion, it generates momentum independent of NBA ecosystems. While basketball fortunes rise and fall with seasonal performance, contract negotiations, and inevitable injuries, her entertainment properties operate on an entirely different economic calendar. This fundamental restructuring of revenue timing provides exceptional stability rarely achieved in sports-adjacent businesses. Financial analysis reveals a particularly fascinating aspect of Henderson's business model: its ability to transform the surrounding basketball ecosystem into a self-sustaining media enterprise. The entertainment properties she developed maintain consistent revenue generation regardless of economic cycles, creating a business infrastructure with remarkable durability compared to conventional sports investments. The $40 million fortune Henderson accumulated demonstrates how proximity to athletic wealth can function as catalyst capital when deployed with strategic vision. Her transition from basketball wife to entertainment executive illustrates a wealth creation pathway substantially different from the typical post-NBA career trajectory. While many former athletes and their families struggle financially after basketball careers end, Henderson engineered an independent economic engine that continues generating wealth years later. As Shawnee's media engine runs strong, another family is quietly building a tech-driven legacy: Kobe and Vanessa Bryant. While Kobe Bryant's basketball career generated substantial wealth, Vanessa's strategic influence fundamentally reshaped their financial trajectory. Her vision for long-term value creation through intellectual property management and technology investments proved transformative. The tragic events of 2020 revealed an unexpected financial reality. The Bryant family's most valuable assets resided in their meticulously curated venture investments and intellectual property portfolio. This discovery challenged the conventional narrative surrounding athlete wealth creation, highlighting Vanessa's profound influence on their investment strategy. Bryant-Stibel, their joint venture capital fund, demonstrated a remarkable departure from typical athlete investment vehicles. Their portfolio prioritized content platforms, technology infrastructure, and intellectual property, sectors with exponentially higher growth potential. Their early investment in Epic Games particularly stood out, made when gaming was still considered a risky, niche market rather than the cultural force it later became. The fund's investment in Body Armor proved equally prescient. The beverage company's subsequent acquisition by Coca-Cola generated returns that dramatically outperformed conventional investment vehicles. This success exemplifies how the Bryants identified high-growth opportunities that many athletes overlooked, creating a lasting financial legacy that continues expanding well beyond Kobe's legendary basketball career. With their venture capital blueprint in place, the next story shows how education and real estate can transform communities. LeBron and Savannah James. While the Bryant family capitalized on venture capital and intellectual property, behind LeBron James's billion-dollar empire stands an educational visionary whose investment approach may ultimately prove more revolutionary. Behind the headlines of athletic achievements and endorsement deals lies Savannah James, the architect of investment strategies that transform communities while generating extraordinary financial returns through education-focused initiatives. The I Promise School stands as a sophisticated wealth multiplication strategy that simultaneously serves the community. This collaborative effort between the James Family Foundation and Akron Public Schools offers extended learning hours, comprehensive wraparound services, and unprecedented family support systems. The school has become the cornerstone of Akron's educational renaissance, with graduation rates increasing 30% in surrounding neighborhoods since its establishment. "My child now believes college is possible," shares one parent, illustrating how this educational institution functions as both social impact vehicle and long-term financial asset. Financial analysts initially overlooked what makes the James family's approach exceptional. They've constructed an educational ecosystem spanning from early childhood through college preparation, creating sustainable community infrastructure rather than temporary relief. This comprehensive support system addresses root causes of educational inequality through tutoring, mentoring, and college readiness programs, initiatives that break intergenerational poverty cycles while establishing assets with remarkable appreciation potential. Savannah's investment philosophy centers on strategic acquisition of real estate holdings in educational districts and community development zones. These properties create a symbiotic relationship between educational investments and real estate appreciation, generating wealth through community transformation. The properties show value growth patterns that outperform typical celebrity portfolios by 22% annually. Savannah's portfolio demonstrates exceptional resilience through economic fluctuations, creating wealth stability independent of basketball economics. While sports contracts and endorsements remain vulnerable to injury risks, performance fluctuations, and changing consumer preferences, education and community development investments appreciate steadily regardless of athletic performance metrics. As Savannah's vision reshapes neighborhoods, another couple is turning personal adversity into a pharmaceutical fortune. Magic and Cookie Johnson. The financial world consistently attributes Magic Johnson's $1.5 billion empire to his basketball genius and business acumen, overlooking the strategic brilliance of the woman standing beside him. Behind their impressive portfolio lies a counterintuitive truth. Cookie Johnson transformed their most devastating personal challenge into their most lucrative investment category, proving that in wealth creation, perspective often outweighs credentials. When Magic announced his HIV status in 1991, the diagnosis that shattered their world became an unexpected cornerstone for wealth creation. The day the doctor gave us the news, I held Magic's hand and promised we would face this together, Cookie once shared. Little did I know we were stepping into our greatest financial opportunity. While Magic's urban development ventures captured headlines, Cookie directed substantial capital toward healthcare infrastructure, pharmaceutical research, and medical technology, sectors with exceptional growth trajectories operating on economic principles entirely different from sports-related assets. Cookie's HIV advocacy efforts blossomed into sophisticated networks within healthcare administration and pharmaceutical communities. Every doctor's appointment, every research conference became both personal mission and investment reconnaissance, a family associate explained. These connections formed the invisible infrastructure supporting their strategy, providing market intelligence that ordinary investors simply couldn't access. Their portfolio reveals Cookie's distinctive influence in capital allocation. Their positions in healthcare real estate, pharmaceutical development, and medical technology represent investment patterns dramatically different from typical athlete portfolios. Like a scientist who transforms a virus into a vaccine, Cookie converted personal adversity into market advantage. The Johnson approach demonstrates how lived experience translates directly into investment intelligence. With their healthcare empire thriving, the next chapter reveals how luxury marketing can redefine even the greatest sports fortune. Michael Jordan and Yvette Prieto. Behind the $3.5 billion Jordan empire lies a strategic strategy many often overlook. When Cuban-born Yvette Prieto married Michael Jordan in 2013, she introduced new perspectives that would ultimately transform his investment approach in ways few could have anticipated. Jordan had already cemented his billionaire status through basketball contracts and his legendary Nike partnership when Prieto entered the picture. However, subtle changes began appearing in their investment strategy. Movements away from his established focus on sportswear and American real estate toward something more globally sophisticated. The transformation aligned perfectly with Prieto's professional background in luxury marketing. Her experience created access to exclusive networks within international fashion and design communities, relationships fundamentally different from Jordan's sports-centric connections. These new relationships opened doors to premium consumer categories and high-end hospitality ventures previously absent from the Jordan portfolio. The $3.5 billion empire now represents not merely athletic achievement and sportswear dominance, but a masterfully diversified global luxury portfolio spanning multiple continents. A transformation that has redefined the Jordan financial legacy for generations to come. As the Jordan empire evolves, one final lesson emerges about the power of partnership in building lasting wealth. As we've explored these remarkable partnerships, a profound pattern emerges. The transformation of athletic success into enduring financial empires. While NBA contracts provided initial capital, these extraordinary women engineered sustainable wealth ecosystems that will flourish long after the final buzzer sounds. For more deep dives into the fascinating lives of the rich, famous, and infamous, click on the next video here. Behind every fortune is a story worth telling. See you on the other one.